What's up, you? Today, I would like to discuss something very important: direction, right? We all have a destination. We all have the same destination, let's be honest, but we all have different directions. Now, a direction, just it can be a career path, it can be how your way of life. Um, and I say a direction is like your means of living life, your means of perceiving life, going about life, right? We all have different perceptions, directions, right? And the main reason why I'm speaking about direction is important because like a circle, right, or a center we all try to get back to, but we're all like scattered, right? We all scattered. All right, you may be over here, person may be over there, next person may be over there, and our destination is to get back into the center, right? Um, Now we all have our different ways of getting back to the center because we're all placed in different points, right? Like I have my way of viewing life, my perception. I started off like this. You may have started off like that, and it creates different people. It creates different personalities. It creates different perceptions, right? So when I talk about direction, it's a lot deeper than what you may, what I even may say. You know what I'm saying? It's because it's like it's an image in my head that I want to express, right? It's a scene, a movie. It's something that you wake up every day and you see people going in directions. You see people going north, west, east, right? For what? Why are people going that direction? To commune to work, to go to the store, to go to somebody else's house, to go to, like, you know what I'm saying? We all have different destinations. How can I frame this? We all have different destinations physically. Physically, we all have different destinations, but spiritually, we all have the same destination. We all want life. We want enjoyment. We want fun. We want pleasure. We want discipline. Um, and some of these directions, right? You may not be able to see clearly because the way you're positioned, the way you're angled, right? So the way I'm coming towards my destination, I may be, like I may be back here somewhere. You may be on the side, far off to the left or something, right? And so I see the destination. Well, at least I think I see the destination because we all really don't know where we're going. We bumping heads into each other, right? Trying to get to the destination. And I don't know if I mentioned what the destination is yet, but I'm gonna say the spiritual destination that we all are reaching. It's not death, right? We all are like supposed to die, right? But it's not death. The ending of your spiritual journey is more life, really an abundance of life, unless you somehow find value in going the opposite direction, going away from God. Now, I know many people who are tricked. I don't even want to say that I'm not tricked myself, right? I struggle, I fight, but many people are tricked into believing that what they're doing is leading to the right, destination, right? Um, and it's a simpler way to say this, right? It's a lot simpler way to say this. But I think this mental image is what we really need to get into our head because we are just spirits in this body navigating life. We're literally like playing a game, right? But it's not a game, right? Don't get me fucked up, bro. It's not a game, but it is. Like, You know, if you able to have that perception and still have your empathy intact, right? 'Cause some people might say life is a game, so I get to, you know, play it silly, play it willy nilly, live life, no regrets. You know what I'm saying? I ain't having no regrets. I'm gonna just do everything I want to do, and right. And some people are actually happy to do it like that, right? Because that's their destination to get back. I mean, that's their direction to get back to the destination. So not everybody is going to have the same directions to get back to the destination. And I'm gonna just put it simple: the destination is God. Getting back to you, getting back to you, who you were originally before sin corrupted your mind, your body, right? And it takes a while. It takes a while for some people. It takes a while for people who are stubborn. You know, some like me. God literally have to keep pulling me. It takes a while for people who are indifferent. I guess that's kind of the same as stubborn, but you get what I mean. I really don't have to list, but sometimes it's shorter for people. Sometimes people are literally gifted with being so close to the destination that they really didn't have to do a lot of moving. You know what I'm saying? They just have to live, and they was already there with God. Some people are gifted like that. Some people are just naturally living in their destination, right? Because now, like if I would explain this destination to like an atheist or somebody who's not, you know, sharing my beliefs, I would say the destination that we're all trying to get to is happiness. We're trying to get to comfort, peace, love, joy, excitement. I think I did mention this earlier in the video, and that's literally what we all trying to get to as humans, right? We're trying to get to some type of tranquility, pure bliss, without having to really stress ourselves out, right? Because I think majority of what we're going through in this world is because of other people, right? You know, you might have a lot of self-help books telling you, oh, it's all your fault. It's all like the reason you're not here in this position is because you haven't tried hard enough, right? And I can't express sometimes how much of a lie that is, because your effort, right? It's not the golden key to opening up your dreams, right? It's a big part of it, but that's not what's gonna, you know, make your dreams come just due to pure effort, right? You have to have some type of relationship with God or with the universe. And I don't know. I wouldn't say God wouldn't give you your dreams, your heart desires, but I'm pretty sure God did say He will give you your heart desires if you follow Him, right? And so I gotta catch my thoughts here, because right now I'm just kind of dazed. I'm stumped. I'm thinking about our desires. What's in our heart, right? Like sometimes when we go to God, our heart is not in the best place. Sometimes our heart is still wicked and crooked, and God has to train you. He has to set you up to get what He wants you to get, right? So what I don't know if I should even say this, from what I interpreted, from, you know, but from how I interpret that verse is He will let you experience a life that you want, and sometimes He will stop you from not experiencing a life that you want, right? Because your heart desire, it's not something that you entirely know, right? Like, you may think that you want, you know, three wives, right? Until you get in that position where you have 3 wives, right? Or 3 husbands, you know, I don't know who's listening. Or, you know, or just have a lot of fucking hoes, you know what I'm saying? Just have a lot of fucking hoes in general. You may get in that position. And then you get to a point where it's like, this don't make me actually feel happy. This doesn't make me feel, you know, like I'm actually doing something. So God may stop you from even entering a phase like that, if I'm saying that correctly. So like he will, I don't know how should I say this. So God, he will prop you up and set you on a path that you need to go. Now you will have Satan and his army trying to throw you off the path and get you misaligned, because you know that's what Satan loves to do. He loves to meddle and tempt you to things that's not of God. And it's just crazy, because you got to stay focused on God to get your heart actually aligned with him, right? And I mean that throughout, like you have to stay focused on God even when you are sinning, right? Because one of the biggest things that I caught on to when I was reading the Bible is the first thing that Adam and Eve did when they sinned. They hid from God. Out of shame, out of guilt, out of disobedience, whatever it was, they hid from God. Now, who knows the different outcome if Adam was a bit more mature? Let's say Adam was like David, right? He knew he made a mistake and he would have asked for forgiveness. I don't even think Adam asked for forgiveness, right? We can go backtrack and look at it. But did he ask for forgiveness? Did he repent? Or did repentance have to come later in the story for us to become more mature and get closer to God? So I say a lot of this so I can try to paint this picture of like when God says he's going to give you everything on your heart, it doesn't mean like all the worldly desires, all the temptations that will make you go away further from God. No, God will give you everything that's necessary. He will, like, you will have fun. I don't know why people think fun is like, you know, different from God, when God literally created the whole entire world. Fun is all you will have, right? And now the way I'm saying, like, you know, I may be a masochist. You know, I may love pain. I may love the struggle. So I may call that fun. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but you will have enjoyment when you come with God, right? Like, I don't think that's something that you should be worried about, because you're going to see the spirits try to attack you. You're going to see the people that, you know, let the spirits attack them and get possessed. And I don't want to say it's fun, but it's very interesting to see how this reality really works, right? Because this reality it's a trip. It's a trip. You don't know everything. I'm trying to get back to the main topic, right? The destination. I'm trying to get back to the destination, right? Because our heart is probably one of the most important things that we need to get back to the destination, right? So if our heart is misaligned and we don't have the right heart, right? And you may think you have the right heart, right? And this is where it all takes faith in God, because we're not perfect, right? You know, I got blind spots. You may have blind spots. And I can't see everything that I can't see, if that makes sense. And I can't know everything that I don't know, if that makes sense. So, you need your heart. You need to have intuition. You need to have discernment. You need to know when to, you need to know when to have faith. As simple as that. You need to know when to have faith. And I think I need to hear this just as much as anybody else who's passing along on this video. You need to have faith, right? Because me talking about the directions and the destinations, it all boils down to having faith. You're getting back to the destination, which is God, which is heaven, right? So we may go down this path in our destination where we may enter a swamp, right? You may be like, damn, this is a long ass swamp. I gotta walk through all this mud and drudge, and this is a shitty ass direction I picked, right? I don't know why I'm even going this direction, but I hope I get out of here fast, right? Because I did not plan on this to be like this, but But when you got a heart, I don't know, man. I'm gonna still post this video even though I'm bouncing all over the place. But when you got a heart of God, right? Whatever direction you're coming from, you're gonna be able to find God in these directions. So if I'm coming from east and you coming from north and we God's children, we should both still be on the same page. I mean, not completely on the same page, but going back to the same direction, right? So it's just I think it's really cool. Cause I'm gonna have to end it off right here. I'm kind of getting buzzed, but I think it's really cool how we all have our different directions to get back to the destination, right? And I can talk about more about the Nietzsche aspect of it, meaning more the doomer aspect of how people are just drifting through life. People are just they don't know, they just don't know what's what, and they're just living, and to them that's bliss, right? But to a person that gain awareness and gain knowledge and gain some type of consciousness about what the heck we're doing on a rock floating in mid space, you begin to get more depressed because, like, why am I living every day just to do the same thing? Why am I living every day to expect breadcrumbs from a government that literally abuses power, right? Why am I living every day to pay off bills and labor and all this stuff that comes naturally with earth? All this stuff is natural, right? All this stuff didn't just God bless. Like, I didn't just, make all this stuff come on my mind and yeah, you're gonna pay for it. Like no, like I know, I understand the currency system. I know how bartering works. I know how energy works, how we pay for the transfer of energy and stuff like that. I know it all. I know all about currency and why we trade and why we have this system, right? But I'm gonna leave it off right here and tie it back to our directions and destination, right? If our destination isn't to make this peaceful, isn't to make life better for everybody else, what's the point of the direction you're going? Where are you headed? You know what I'm saying? If your goal isn't to make life better for the next generation, where are you headed? You know what I'm saying? Where are you going? Because I see most people, they don't even have a head on their shoulders to see that you're here to live and to help and to serve the next generation, right? You're supposed to have fun, of course. You're supposed to live it up, but if you can't pass down a torch because you done burnt up the whole entire thing, what was your point? Where are you going now? What's your destination? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like right now we in mid, like the torch right here, bro. We don't have much time, and we can't pass it off to the generation like this because the torch is about to burn our hands, right? So we can't pass this torch off to the next generation because everything is already fucked up. Now let me stop speaking in these cryptic terms. You already got baby mamas, baby daddies, and that right there leads to prison, leads to prostitution. It leads to a lot of bad things when you don't have a proper family. And even people with proper families today is still being corrupted, right? Even people with moms and dads at home, they're still being corrupted. They hear arguing at home. So the devil, this is literally the devil's playground today. The devil is his workshop, right? Even on people that's somehow doing or thinking that they're doing what they're supposed to do, the devil has his way with them because he's using people based on their ignorance. Like, what you don't know, he's able to use you there. He's able to manipulate you. He's able to trick you. It's a big trick. And I feel like that's why I'm talking about destination a lot, because a lot of people are going in circles, right? A lot of people are like, at some point, when you keep hitting the same fucking wall, you keep seeing the same sign, stop, 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 and you don't stop. You keep going. You keep going because you only see what the devil wants you to see, right? You only see what the demons want you to see. You don't see anything that God tells you to see, right? And you get people so messed up and discombobulated from the world, so tricked, so possessed. I don't even know how to say it. I don't want to say there's no saving them. It's a point of no return. But when you keep, it's like I don't know. You've been programmed, right? You keep going in circles for the devil, and the more you keep going in circles for the devil, the more it is to get you back out of this cycle of sin, right? Because people have been doing this for a long time, right? Would you continuously work for the devil? Would you continuously work for the devil if you knew he was going to kill God's people? Now, let me rephrase that. Let me phrase that differently, right? Let me phrase that differently. You are working for a system that promotes genocide, that poisons people, that covers up truth, that promotes immorality, sexual immorality, and you're working for a system that has years upon years and records of racism, of just pure hatred in general, and you want to continuously work for the devil, right? So we're all going in this circle. We complain about how much this shit sucks, how ass it is, and we constantly go in this circle for the devil. Who else? Like, what else is this system producing? Right? We may save lives, but I don't think no life has a value to it. Let's be honest. I don't know. I can't say the little brother of somebody is worth more than this guy over here. Like, life doesn't have a actual tangible value. Life is precious, the most precious thing you can ever encounter. So when you sacrifice life for literally rocks, paper, linen, goods, wool, you're out your fucking mind. Alright, you have to wake up and think past, what are you doing? Where are you going? Who are you? Because other than that, you're going to keep going in circles for the devil, because he has this whole world program. He been had it programmed the moment Adam and Eve was failed. Right? Only God can stop that program. Only God.